She wanted me to take photographs of her with men.
What happened after you arrived home?
I could see straight away that she was dead.
She is probably our most distinguished lawyer.
Well, I think that's arguable, Hubert, but she won't make a good head of chambers.
The only person who's in a state about your daughter coming home is you.
Well, I mean, why don't you even let me buy a drink? You know, a good Samaritan.
We're in love.
Simon, you won't become a QC as long as I live.
Venetia always means what she says.
Something's happened. Something terrible.
Well, now, it was obviously someone in chambers. Who else knew where the full-bottomed wig was, let alone my blood?
I don't believe anyone here could commit...
No one in this building could have done such a thing. Your remarks are tasteless and unhelpful, Desmond.
The police wouldn't find them unhelpful. And unless the commander is dimmer than his reputation suggests, he'll come to the same conclusion.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm sorry about the disruption. My officers will be taking statements from all of you in due course.
Wouldn't you be better looking outside rather than inside? It's clear that someone broke in.
And the trouble with a murder investigation, Mr. Lord, is that you have to begin at the end. The end is here. I'd like to base myself at Paulet Court and set up an incident room here, if I may.
Is that really necessary?
Oh, Drysdale, do shut up. You're not head of chambers yet. The commander can pretty much do as he likes in the circumstances.
Norton, I'm sure we can sort something out. We can arrange for the commander and his team for a room.
That won't be a problem, sir.
Miss Aldridge's death is going to attract a great deal of media attention.
It certainly isn't going to attract a great deal of new custom.
It's not funny, Desmond. Venetia's body is still upstairs.
Oh, I am so sorry, Simon. I was forgetting how close you and she were.
Yeah, Mr. Norton.
Sir?
The wig that Miss Aldridge was wearing, where did it come from?
Oh, that's normally kept in the other room, sir, through there.
Would you show Inspector Miskin?
Yeah, certainly. This way, this. Well, it's usually kept in there.
Right, well, I need to have a look up there.
Ah. Allow me.
Who is the next of kin?
There's a daughter, Octavia. But I'm afraid with the shock, we hadn't thought about her.
What about the husband?
Venetia was divorced over 15 years ago. He was some sort of artist. There's been no contact since.
Do you know where the daughter lives?
She's just moved into the basement flat at her mother's place.
Perhaps one of you would prefer to break the news to her.
Yeah, perhaps we should.
Well, none of us knows the girl. I think it might be better if one of your people told her.
Yes.
There's something I should mention. Octavia has taken up with a young man, Gary Ash. Venetia recently defended him. You may remember he was tried for the murder of his aunt.
Yes, I do.
Venetia was sure he was after money. She was talking about trying to buy him off. I think she believed the man was dangerous.
Oh, well done, Drysdale. A convenient suspect and on a plate. But I still don't see how either he or Octavia could have known about the blood in the refrigerator or the old wig.
Gary Ash was accused of murder. This is murder.
I'm sorry, Drysdale. Wasn't Mr. Ash found not guilty?
Right. Well, I need to get some prints taken, of course. But it's always been here?
Oh, yes, yes. The wig has always been kept up there as long as I've been here. It belonged to Mr. Langton's grandfather. The last time it was used about 2 years ago. That would be when Mr. Montague took silk.
Well, Mr. Costello had it down on Wednesday, didn't he? He was trying it on.
Oh? And where was that?
Well, Mr. Costello will be the next member of Chambers to take silk. We were talking about it. He asked me if it was still there. I took it down. He tried it on.
It was intended as a humorous gesture, Inspector.
Thank you, sir. Did you like Miss Aldridge?
Well, she was a very fine lawyer and a respected member of Chambers. I know of no one who wished her ill.
Sir?
Venetia Aldridge.
Did she suffer?
No, I'm sure she didn't. Are you all right?
Look, don't worry, all right? I'm in there, you're gonna be fine. Do you hear me? Yeah? Okay. The only reason you're here is to see if I've got an alibi in it.
I haven't said so, Mr. Ash.
Oh, you can't pin anything on Gary. Not like last time. We were here all night. Mrs. Buckley saw us.
I see.
Why don't you ask our lover, Mark Ralston MP? Ask him what they were arguing about the other night.
We should be talking to everyone who had contact with her. But at this moment, I'm more concerned with how you are.
You don't even know me. Oh, leave me alone.
There's more confusion in the stock exchange today, with the FTSE index down 64 points at the close of trading. In London, the death of the prominent QC, Venetia Aldridge, has...
Mrs. Carpenter?
Yes?
I'm Detective Inspector Miskin. I understand you're a cleaner at Mr. St. John Langton's chambers.
So how was your alibi, Simon?
Do they really think we're the sort of people who go around murdering our colleagues and pouring blood over their heads?
Yes, it was extraordinarily insensitive. It's not particularly pleasant having one's blood taken. I very much dislike the needle. I shall have to cancel my operation and start all over again.
For God's sake, Desmond, what does your pint of blood matter? We've got a murder in Chambers.
I know, Drysdale. It would have been more convenient if she'd been murdered somewhere else.
They're taking her away.
Tell me what happened when you got here last night.
Well, there were no lights showing in any of the rooms, only in the hall. And the front door was locked.
What time was that?
8 o'clock.
Did you see Miss Aldridge?
I didn't think anyone was in Chambers.
What about her room?
Oh, the door was locked.
And no light was visible?
No.
Did you know that Mr. Ulrich had a bag of his own blood in the refrigerator?
Yes?
Well, was it there last night?
I don't know. Oh, he made such a fuss about the blood. I decided not to clean out the fridge till it was gone. Has Mr. Ulrich's blood got something to do with Miss Aldridge?
Mrs. Carpenter, I'd like you to think carefully. While you're cleaning here, could anyone leave the building without you noticing?
Well, I suppose someone who was in the basement when I was upstairs could have left. I do the basement last. Oh. Someone had been in the ladies not long before I went down.
Really? How do you know?
The sink takes a long time to drain away. I have spoken to Mr. Norton about it, but nothing's been done. There was still some water. I thought it was probably Miss Aldridge before she left. Miss Aldridge didn't leave, did she?
No, the murderer made very sure of that.
Murder?
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Carpenter, didn't you know? Miss Aldridge has been murdered. So who could have been in chambers last night? The secretary, Valerie Corbel?
No, she was out at a club with friends.
What about the chief clerk? What's his name?
Oh, Harry Norton.
Harry Norton.
Yeah, the first of many to tell us what a fine lawyer Venetia Aldridge was. Seems everyone's shorthand for not liking her very much.
She wouldn't have kept him on after retirement age if she'd become head of chambers.
True, but he was back home by 7:40.
Simon Costello.
He left early. His wife got in just after 6. They had a meal and watched television. Mrs. Costello confirms that. But my friend Valerie says that Costello had a row with Venetia that afternoon.
Costello didn't remember the argument till I reminded him. He said it slipped his mind. He claimed Venetia Aldridge wanted his support, but he was more inclined to give it to Lord.
It was the other way around, I think. Lord wanted to stop her taking the job. That's why he was with her later. Discussion about the future, he called it. I'd say another row. Opinion seems to be that Lord wanted head of chambers very badly.
Badly enough to kill?
Well, he expected to get it until she threw her hat in the ring.
What about Lord's alibi? Does it stand up? He said he was at the theatre.
The Savoy, alone. It's not a long walk from chambers.
Ulrich also spent the evening alone. He left chambers at 7:15 and went home to drop off his briefcase and then went to a restaurant, Rules in Maiden Lane, for dinner. It was his birthday, and apparently that's what he always does.
And Langton was home in Kensington by 7. That too's confirmed by his wife.
So the only person we know for certain was in the building at the time of death was the cleaner, Mrs. Carpenter.
So did anyone else come into chambers? Someone we don't know?
The killer knew the place, knew about Ulrich's blood, knew where the wig was. She was stabbed with her own paper knife and died instantly. The killer was either lucky or just knew what he was doing. The head was then decorated with the wig and the blood from the refrigerator.
There's something about what was done to the body. I find it more shocking than the murder itself.
Do you know, there's a question we haven't asked. Is there necessarily a connection between the wig and the blood and the murder?
Go on.
Well, it speaks of a depth of hatred that's frightening. I mean, so far we've been looking at professional jealousies, rivalries. But the desecration of a body goes deeper than that. I think the truth's hidden. Hidden in a dark corner of someone's life.
Whilst I'm out, Valerie, remember that the police want information, not gossip.
I don't know what you mean, Mr. Norton.
I mean that the business of these chambers is not their business, so just you be careful.
Yes, can I help you?
Mr. Norton wasn't here this morning when you got in, was he?
Went for a walk, apparently. Sulking's closer to it.
Oh? Why's that?
Miss Aldridge gave him a ticking off yesterday. Called him an anachronism. Well, that's how she was. You know what she said to him once? Charles Dickens was a client here, going back a bit.
Right.
Miss Aldridge reckoned if Charles Dickens came back from the grave, you'd think Mr. Norton was the same chief clerk as last time he was here.
So you liked her then?
I don't know about like her. I like the way she got all the men here running around. She frightened the living daylights out of them. A night, Mr. Langton.
There's not many of you that walk into a newsagent and ask for 50 quid's worth of magazines, no matter what they are.
As long as I got pictures.
She thought we were crazy.
Yeah, well, I don't care what people think anymore. You see, we can do whatever we want now.
It's all right, mate. Hold on.
Here, chuck more here.
Here, give us a kiss.
I'll leave it out.
Oh, come on.
I can't drop it.
Gary, did you do these?
Yeah. Long time ago, though.
They're really good. Where is it?
Look, it don't matter, all right? Just give some here. We put this up in nice safe, all right? And maybe won't even bother. It's just a place I went to when I was a kid. I mean, you know, like a special place. Oi. One day I'll take you there, if you want. Yeah?
It was the right speech, darling. Absolutely right.
So, not a great speech, hmm?
Great speech about primary school sports facilities. Save it till the Prime Minister gives you a proper job.
Mr. Ralston. Commander Dalgliesh and Detective Inspector Miskin, Scotland Yard. I spoke to your secretary.
I've been too busy to get back to you.
I thought perhaps it would be more convenient to come down to the house.
I'm sure I can answer your questions, Commander. This is my wife, Lucy.
Mrs. Ralston.
Anything you need to say can be said to both of us.
We have no secrets.
Well, perhaps we should make a path for the honourable members, hmm? I did see Venetia, but you know that. Well done. Thank you. The affair ended almost a year ago. It was she who ended it. If she hadn't, I would have taken the initiative.
And there was no bitterness?
Absolutely none.
Did you know her, Mrs. Ralston?
Not well. We met from time to time, mainly at law functions. She had a beautiful speaking voice. I always wondered if she was a singer. Did she sing, darling?
I never heard her.
You went to see her at her home the other night. Why was that?
She said she had something urgent to discuss.
Fine speech, Ralston.
Thank you. It seemed she wanted to talk about trying for the bench, and whether or not it would help to take over as head of chambers. I decided that she probably wanted to talk about something else, but either she changed her mind or concluded that I couldn't help.
You've no idea what it was?
No.
I see. Thank you. Oh, by the way, why did you quarrel?
Venetia was cynical about the new government and about me. She said I'd abandoned the socialist principles she herself loathed in pursuit of ambition. I said that was cool, coming from a woman who'd virtually abandoned her own child in pursuit of her career. Yes. It was then that we saw Octavia standing in the dining room.
I do feel for the daughter.
Where were you between 7:30 and 10 the night before last?
I left my own chambers at Lincoln's Inn at about 6. I then met a journalist, Pete McGuire, with whom I had a drink at the Wig and Pen. I then came back to the house, where I met 4 of my constituents at 8. If you need to check, I shall expect tact.
Of course.
If your relationship with Miss Aldridge has nothing to do with my investigation, then no one need know.
I don't want the malicious attentions of the press directed at my wife, or telescopic lenses pointed at our windows. I can't believe that every single press baron has led a life of impeccable chastity before marriage and fidelity afterwards. Surely there must be a limit to hypocrisy.
I haven't found one. Mr. Ralston.
Ralston's a liar.
Yes, but he's not a murderer.
What about Gary Ash?
He was at Pelham Place with the daughter Octavia. What do you make of Mrs. Carpenter?
She's not the sort of woman you'd expect to work as a cleaner.
Did forensic check the sinker?
Well, the one in the ladies' lavatory?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they found nothing. But Valerie Caldwell told me that Mrs. Carpenter sometimes does some cleaning at Pelham Place, helping out Mrs. Buckley.
She seems to work very hard at her relationship with Venetia Aldridge. I'll pay.
Thanks.
Talk to Mrs. Buckley about him. If she was so self-assured, why did the idea of murder come as such a surprise?
Well, surprise was genuine enough. Surely that puts her low on the list of suspects.
She's holding something back.
Well, who isn't? So Mrs. Carpenter has been working at the Inns of Court for over 2 years now.
Yes, Janet started work at another chambers, then moved to Miss Aldridge's a few months later.
Do you know anything about her background?
Very little. She's a widow from Winchester. She moved to London when her husband died. She's a very private woman. I can't understand why you want to know all this.
It gives me a clearer picture, Mrs. Buckley, that's all. So how did she come to work here?
Well, I'm not sure. I wasn't really looking for anyone. Oh, I remember. She asked Miss Aldridge if we ever needed an extra pair of hands. She said if we did, she'd be happy to help out.
Oh, so the suggestion was hers?
Oh, yes.
Oh, hello. I didn't know you, was it? I suppose you want to speak to Octavia?
No, not at the moment.
Good. We'll just leave it, eh? Because, I mean, she can't tell you anything, and you're upset her. Oh, you ain't got any decent scissors on you, have you? These ones are ready.
I'll find some and bring them down.
Yeah, well, don't take all day about it, will you? Don't suppose you found out who it is yet, have you?
We're working on it.
Yeah. Means you ain't got no bloody idea, innit?
Don't feel comfortable with that man in the house. There's something about him But Octavia won't hear a word against him. She's besotted.
My grandfather first brought me here when I was 8. He was head of chambers then. I drank in the history, romance, the traditions. It has taken me a lifetime to understand the spirit of this place. In recent years, that spirit was exemplified best by Venetia. Some people may disagree with some of the things she did.
Myself among them.
But whatever she did it because she believed in the law with a great passion. I think sometimes she believed in the principle that testing the evidence, testing it again, was more important than the outcome of the individual cases. I lied to you about the night of Venetia's death, Commander. I didn't get home till 8. I asked my wife to say that I was an hour earlier.
I see. And where were you really?
I think I was here.
You think you were here?
Some weeks ago, in court, I was coming to the middle of my closing argument. Suddenly, language deserted me. I could remember nothing, not the name of the judge or the parties or the opposing counsel. For a long minute, I could say nothing. And somehow I spoke some words. I don't even remember what they were. Since then, there have been other lapses of memory. Longer.
What happened on the night of the murder?
I remember leaving the office. I remember Paul at court. The next thing I knew, it was an hour later. I was sitting in here, this empty church, darkness.
Fantastic! We made a good team, didn't we?
You bet we do. This is going to be spectacular.
These are all I could find.
Thank you. Well, do you like it?
Can I help you?
You are Commander Dalgliesh?
Yes.
I'd like to talk to you about the murder of Miss Venetia Aldridge, QC. Her father ran a boys' prep school, Dansford. I was his deputy headmaster. However, the study of criminal law has been my hobby, and I used to discuss cases with Venetia. He was 14 when we began our lessons. I can say without conceit, Mr. Dalgliesh, that I was chiefly responsible for making her a criminal lawyer.
Have you any information about her death?
Not directly, but about her life. With murder, the two are indissolubly linked. Now, we lost touch after Aldrich gave up the school. Venetia's career has been my absorbing passion for the last 20 years. Now, everything is here, all her important cases. I believe the mystery of her death might lie with her professional life.
May I know?
Do, yes.
Okay. Have you been in contact with her since you left the school?
I've seen her only from the public gallery. Time intervened, and I would not have been welcome at the Aldrich home after the tragedy at Dansford.
What was that?
Clarence Aldrich was a sadist. I protested to him constantly about the severity with which the boys were beaten. But even I didn't know how bad it was. One of the pupils hanged himself by his pajama cord from the banisters. Naturally, after young Ulrich's death, the school had to close.
Ulrich?
Yes, yes. Marcus Ulrich.
Of course I knew that Aldrich had a daughter named Venetia, and the age was right. I was naturally curious when she joined Chambers all those years ago, and I asked her. But it was a matter of slight interest, no more.
Can you remember the conversation?
Well, I told her that I was the elder brother of Marcus Ulrich. She made no comment for a moment, and then said, I thought there might be a relationship. It's not a common name. And I said, I don't think either of us need talk about the past. We never spoke about it again.
What happened to your brother?
It must be gratifying to have a job that can be used to justify what in others might seem intrusive curiosity. Marcus was 11 years old. My father and my mother were abroad. I was at Oxford. My father had lost money. Danesford seemed a satisfactory but relatively cheap school. My parents would have found it inconvenient to discover that Aldrich liked beating small boys.
And your brother said nothing to them?
Aldrich used to prescribe a number of strokes and then delivered them publicly. It was the threat of that daily humiliation and pain that Marcus couldn't face. He hanged himself. Now, it wasn't a quick death. He suffocated. The scandal finished the school and finished Aldrich. It was Venetia's father's misfortune that she had to live with, too.
Obviously, you believe he was responsible for your brother's death.
The responsibility for Marcus's death is a heavy one, but it was never Venetia's. And if I'd felt an obligation to kill Venetia, on some preposterous eye-for-an-eye basis, I would have done so 15 years ago.
You should have told me this earlier.
Well, since it has no bearing whatsoever on your investigation, I make no apology.
I don't know what has a bearing on this investigation and what hasn't until I've heard it. Too many people in these chambers are deciding for themselves what I should or shouldn't consider relevant. That's not very helpful. Thank you.
You do realize that now there's no reason why anything should stand in the way of me taking Silk?
As soon as possible.
Sooner. We aim to please.
Oh, it's hardly down to you, darling.
We still aim to please.
You have told me everything.
Look, I'm capable of a great deal, Lois, but, you know, do you really think I'd murder? Just so you can continue to shower money on the shopkeepers of Knightsbridge?
Darling, if you don't want to screw up becoming a QC again, I think you should remember something Desmond said.
So what pearls of wisdom from your devoted uncle this time?
My Uncle Desmond reminded me that although you're off the hook now, you're stupid enough to climb back on it. You could still lose everything. And if you do, Simon, you can be damn sure you'll lose me.
Father, will you hear my confession? There's no confession this evening. But of course, please. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
Amen. Bless me, Father, for I have sinned most grievously. My name is Janet Carpenter.
Kate? Look at this. A photograph presumably taken by Froggatt outside the Old Bailey. Do you recognize the woman looking at the camera?
Yeah, it's Mrs. Carpenter.
Is she also following Venetia Aldridge's career? I mean, did she know Froggatt? Did the Hampshire police come up with anything more on them?
No, they haven't got back to me.
Have you chased them?
No, sir. They gave me some information over the phone and told me they'd give me more detailed facts later on.
What sort of information?
Well, she was a widow, as Mrs. Buckley said. Her only son died of leukemia about 5 years ago. And her granddaughter was murdered in 1994.
Murdered?
Mm.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
It didn't seem relevant, sir. I mean, the murderer was serving life, a man called Beale. The trial was in Winchester. It had nothing to do with Venetia Aldridge.
It had something to do with the law. What's the time?
About 4 o'clock.
You carry on here. I'm going to go to Winchester. Oh, Kate. Get hold of Froggatt. Find out how long he's known Mrs. Carpenter.
It was very sudden. The house was sold in a matter of weeks. Janet didn't care what price she got. No, put it on, it's cold.
So she said she was going to London.
Yes. She left an address, but when we tried to contact her, no one had heard of Janet Carpenter. Sandwiches, drink, and a strawberry yoghurt.
Yes!
There's the school bus. I won't be a moment.
Goodbye.
Bye, bye.
I was at school with Rosie, her daughter-in-law. I'd hoped that somehow I could give Janet a little of what she'd lost. But the truth was, it hurt her too much. Even to be here, to see us. Rosie lived every day, every night, in the horror of how that man Beale killed her little girl. I know she tried. And Janet tried to help her. I did my best. But Rosie's heart was broken. She committed suicide. It shouldn't ever have happened. Everyone knew about Beale. They knew what he was. He was tried the year before for the rape of another girl, but they acquitted him. The police, the lawyers, the judges, the doctors, the social workers.
Mrs. Hart.
They couldn't stop a man who'd done that to a child, and they knew. They all knew. That's how you protect our children. You let him walk out of court and do it again.
Frightened the life out of me. Did you get some sleep?
Yeah, a bit. You haven't been up all night, have you?
Yeah, most of it. I've got an hour or so.
I'll make some coffee.
Yeah, hold on. What's the matter with these things?
Oh, they're the ones Miss Buckley brought down. I can't make them work either. I'll go and get some more.
No, yeah, give me. I'll do it. I mean, she might as well get used to me. These scissors are useless.
They look perfectly all right to me.
I think I can tell if a pair of scissors can cut or not.
I'll find some more. Those must be Mrs. Carpenter's. I should have noticed. She said she thought she'd lost them.
And why shouldn't those scissors cut?
They won't cut for anyone right-handed.
What you talking about?
Right-handed. Useless, you see? Mrs. Carpenter's left-handed. Left-handed people have to have special scissors.
Did you have any luck with Janet Carpenter's old neighbour?
She blamed everyone for the acquittal which let Beale loose to kill again. It was Venetia Aldridge who defended him. And it was she who actually destroyed the prosecution case.
I'm a police officer. Open the front door, please. Mrs. Carpenter? Mrs. Carpenter? RVB.
RVB. Regina versus Beale.
She'd done what she set out to do. To kill Venetia Aldridge. I suppose there was nothing left.
Suicide. Anything strike you as odd?
No, not really, sir.
On her left-hand middle finger, there was a slight thickening of the skin. It was almost a callus. I think she wrote with her left hand.
She was left-handed.
If she was, why did she write RVB with her right hand? I think someone who didn't know she was left-handed cut her throat. I'm trying to make it look like suicide.
Look, I don't know when we'll be back.
Octavia, dear, I don't think you should go.
What's it got to do with you?
I don't think you should be on your own with him without other people.